What is going on, Cancers? Butch Tarot here. I am going to do your November read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. If you're new to the channel, welcome. It's we're all about the love here. And we have such a great community. I see it every day in the comments and people helping each other out and being there for each other. Let's keep that going. For all of you that aren't new, good to see you again. Yeah, I changed the background a little bit. Absolutely love Aframos, Alley by the Lake. So I got it down in the background. Next best thing to the actual real thing. Yeah, doing a little red and blue, little duality, just like the painting. With all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what do we have for Cancers for November 2025? What message do we have? I want to start off by saying I don't think I've ever had a card flip out. Maybe once before, but not very often. But we're going to keep it because that's what we do. So, I mean, the card that flipped out, I mean, I feel like it couldn't be a better card with that Lovers. I mean, first and foremost, Cancers, I mean, I feel like November has got some big surprises for you. Some big stuff coming. And like I said, we start off with the Lovers card. I feel like this very deep connection. Now, we have the Six of Cups as well. So this represents a past person or someone, someone you're already acquainted with, someone you already know. And I feel like with this person, I just feel like things kind of fell apart or are in the process of falling apart. And I just... for some of you, you may be holding on to a past relationship or a past person. And I feel like that's just the Tower. For those people, it represents maybe you falling apart. Like just feeling like all these feelings, just in your feelings with this. But when we see the Lovers card, I don't think it's that person. I don't think that's who we're talking about here. I mean, I feel like we have that energy of that past person, but I feel like they do more harm than good. I feel like it's got you in your head, like I said. I mean, got you in your feelings. With this person, I just feel like it's hard to let them go. It's been hard letting them go, but I feel like it's necessary. A lot of people see the Tower card. We go back to the Tower here. They see the Tower card. And a lot of people think of this as a bad thing. Sometimes we need things to fall apart so new things can grow. You think about a house that burned down. Well, we can bulldoze it. Keep a foundation and build something new on it. but we can't add to a burnt house. It's already done. We can't, trust me, I was in construction for years, and I worked a few houses that burnt. You gotta wipe it clean. So I mean, the tower in that kind of text, it's almost like a fresh new start, and that's what I see. I see a huge transformation in your life with that death card. And then this is where I feel like the Lovers card really fits in. I feel like there's this connection. And for a lot of you, maybe you haven't seen it yet or felt it yet, but you will. I feel like it is coming in very quickly. I see a lot of spontaneous energy. A lot of quick moving energy. I feel like this new connection coming your way is what we're really talking about here. We have that past energy, but I feel like it's kind of telling us it's time to end that so we can begin this. It's time to finally let it go and not let it affect you anymore, because you have so many good things coming your way. What you've been waiting for hasn't come yet. You're still waiting with that 3 of Wands, but I feel like it is coming now. So what that tells me is that past person, no matter the connection that you have with that person, I don't feel like it was the end all be all, because I see that coming now. What you've been waiting for is now coming. Now with this person coming in, what I see is this person that really sets this person apart from anyone you've ever been with is I feel like this person, they choose you. They chose you. 10 times out of 10, they'll choose you. This person's all in. With that Emperor, it's that very protective energy, that person that makes you feel safe, that person that brings something to you that I don't feel like you've ever truly had. And that's what sets this person apart. This is someone that makes you feel differently, makes you feel wanted, makes you feel desired, but also gives to you on top of that. It's not just, what, Leo? Psst, go on, get. I don't get time for you right now. No, I'm sorry. Sorry, my cat decided he wanted to show up. He heard the King of Wands, the Leo energy. Like I said, this is someone that makes you feel safe, makes you feel protected. And it just makes you feel loved. Like, truly loved. Like, it's not forced. It's not something that you have to force out of this person. I just feel like I said, they choose you. With that Fool card, they're taking that leap of faith. They're all in. So that tells me this is someone new. They don't know you, but they know you. You feel me? Like, there's so much love when it comes to this person. Like I said, we have the Queen of Cups. Someone that not only accepts the love, but they have the love to give. We have the Queen and the King of Cups together. That nurturing energy, that emotionally mature energy. They know what the fuck they want. I'm sorry, I hesitated because I didn't want to say it, but there's no other way to say it. This person knows what they want. When they see it, they go after it. And like I said, I don't feel like this person, I just feel like this incredible bond. And like I said, with that Knight of Wands, it's spontaneous, but it doesn't make it any less real. And when I said the Three of Cups, that friendship, that friendship that grows into a real connection, a lifelong connection. Like I said, everyone before this person isn't going to matter soon. We don't think about the heartbreaks when we're in love. We don't think about the heartbreaks when we feel loved. We don't think about the bad shit when the good shit's happening. I mean, it's a completely different perspective being shown to you here. And what this person brings is something different. Like I said, it's a very nurturing, it's a nurturing energy. It's consistent. It's loving. I mean, seeing things completely different. If you've never been truly loved, the moment you are, it's night and day. You know, the Hangman. Sometimes in life, we feel like we're loved, or we feel like that person probably does love us. With this person, there's no probably about it. Like I said, they choose you. You know, and that type of love is different. It hits different. It's not forced. It's not unnatural. It's genuine. It's authentic. You know, Nine of Cups, I mean, they're filling up all your cups. They're going to fill up all your cups. You know, this is someone that is here for you on the same page with the Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, establishing that trust. They're not expecting you to just give it up. You know, they're not expecting you just to take them for face value. This person is willing to put in the work. Do what it needs to be done. Show up. Be consistent. Be reliable. And another thing with this person is I feel like for some of you, this is going to be, it's seemingly going to move quickly. But for some of you, maybe not. In the sense that it doesn't seem as quick as, you know, I feel like with this person, very early on, they're going to want to make you part of their group, you know, introduce you to their family and their friends. They want you to know it's real. You know, people don't do that if it's not real. You know, it's like that old saying when you take someone home to your mother, you know, that's the person. You know, you don't take certain people home to your parents. Like I said, this person wants to get you in their group. They want you to be part of it. Because they want to build something with you. This person wants to move forward with you. With that Chariot, that Cancer energy, and we have the Hierophant, that Taurus energy. You know, this person's looking to build something. And they're not looking to put you on the back shelf. They're not looking for you to be, you know, that late night booty call where they don't tell anybody about you. You know, this person's putting you in the forefront. With that Chariot, like I said, that forward movement with that Hierophant, what they want is real. And I mean, like we go back to the King of Cups as well. We talk about the King of Cups as that emotionally mature energy. It's somebody that, I mean, damn, they love you, and you know, they want to love on you, and they want everybody to know that they love on you. You know, this is someone looking for something real, something tangible, something they can hold on to. And they're going to want to hold on to you physically and literally. Like I said, everything in this is just, it's different. It hits different because it is different. You know, we have, I mean, the World card. Everything's come full circle. Like I said, I wasn't bullshitting you, Cancer, when I said this is going to be a huge month for you. You know, a lot of big things happening, a lot of great things. And the future is so bright right now, you might want to put on a pair of shades. I don't know. I wanted to get that in there. I thought about it, and I wanted to get it in there. I didn't know how I was going to work it in, but I worked it in. But like I said, I mean, this is a soulmate connection. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, we started off like that lovers just wanted to pop out. And that's just like this person. They just pop up. I don't even know where this person came from. But you've been waiting, and here they are. Anyway, we'll get finished the read, and I'll do my talking later. I know that annoys people, so I know it's my channel, but I don't want to annoy people. We have, I mean, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. We have some Libra, some Gemini. We have Leo, and we have Sagittarius. And we got Taurus. feeling Virgo as well. That's it for that. I mean, anybody that's here for just to read, that's the end of it. Shut me off, turn me off, whatever you want to do. Appreciate you coming out. Sometimes in life, we have a point when we're ready. We're ready for love. We're ready for the next level. We're ready for that real shit. You know, that the love that makes your toes tingle. You know, the love that gives you butterflies when you see that person. And the love that you fall in love with that person over and over again. Because I feel like real love, you fall in love with the same person 100 times in a lifetime. It's not just about falling in love with someone. It's about falling in love with them over and over again. The little shit they do. The big shit they do. You know? I know my relationship with Rose, I fall in love a lot. And it's always with the same person. That's what real love is. It's falling in love over and over again with the same person. For instance, I remember the first time, our first child, I watched her. It was traumatic. And I'm sure, I know it was traumatic for her, but it was traumatic for me. You know, as a real person, and what really made me feel like a man was her. Because we went through that together. You know, I was home every night with her. I used to rub her back when she's going to sleep. You know, I was there, you know, through the pain, through the pregnancy, through the nervousness. I was there. I seen the baby come out, and they told me, you know, be careful before you look, because it's not something everybody sees every day. And trust me, it's not. But it was beautiful. And the moment they gave the baby to her, and I seen her holding that baby, like our son, I fell in love again. I was already in love. You know, I just fell in love with Thanksgiving. I love when she cooks and makes a big deal, and you know, our family's sitting around the table, and that's my partner. You know, that's what real love is. But the thing is, sometimes we're ready for love, and the person that we're with at that time isn't. Now, that has nothing to do with my story, but I'm just saying there is situations. When I was young, I always wanted a family. I always wanted to make a family, and I always wanted to, you know, be very family-oriented. I'm a family-oriented guy. I don't drink. I don't party. I like to do things with my family on the weekends, you know, and that was just something I always wanted when I was, like, I knew that when I was young. And I was very picky about the people I was with, because I didn't want to be with someone and have, you know, end up an accident and them get pregnant. And anyway, the story got so far out of the way. But my point is, I remember I was with this one girl before I met Rose. And even though I knew she wasn't the one, a part of me wanted her to be, because I was ready. But the more I wanted that to be the one, that's when I started seeing the holes. That's when I started to see who that person really was. And she just wasn't, you know, because it told me. Like, it was like the universe was telling me something. Be like, yeah, you're ready, but this isn't the one. And lo and behold, not long after, I met Rose. And then I knew what the message was. The message was, you're ready. It's your time. You know, but that's not the one. Sometimes we're just in a place, like we can be in the middle. I was in the middle of a relationship with someone. And the more I tried to force it, the more it became, you know, the veil slipped off, and I really saw who she was. And, you know, is not the person I wanted a family with. So, you know, I mean, I could have made a poor decision and went forward with it anyway. And I think I would have regretted it forever. Obviously, I probably would have. But sometimes we're ready. It doesn't mean the person that we're with at that moment is the one we're ready, we're ready for, or we're getting ready for, or the person that we've been waiting for. I feel like the person that you want will come to you when you're ready, but you got to be available for it. Anyway, with all that being said, be good, take care, stay safe.